The following is an original article on why it doesn't matter if the majority of Muslims are peaceful. It has been misattributed to Holocaust survivor Dr. Emanuel Tenay of Germany, and multiple variations have been floating around the internet as viral emails. My film company took the time to track down its origin and found it was published on February 21st, 2006, as corroborated by Snopes.com on the Celestial Junk blog site. It is nearly 10 years old, but nonetheless brilliant. It was written by Paul Marek of Canada, titled, "Why the Peaceful Majority is Irrelevant," but today it is better known as A German's View of Islam, and it rings truer today than the day it was written. A man whose family was German aristocracy prior to World War II owned a number of large industries and estates. When asked how many German people were true Nazis, the answer he gave can guide our attitude toward fanaticism. "Very few people were true Nazis," he said, "but many enjoyed the return of German pride, and many more were too busy to care. I was one of those who just thought the Nazis were a bunch of fools, so the majority just sat back and let it all happen. Then, before we knew it, they owned us, and we had lost control, and the end of the world had come. My family lost everything. I ended up in a concentration camp, and the Allies destroyed my factories. We are told again and again by experts and talking heads that Islam is the religion of peace, and that the vast majority of Muslims just want to live in peace. Although this unqualified assertion may be true, it is entirely irrelevant. It is meaningless fluff, meant to make us feel better, and meant to somehow diminish the spectra of fanatics rampaging across the globe in the name of Islam. The fact is that the fanatics rule Islam at this moment in history. It is the fanatics who march. It is the fanatics who wage any one of 50 shooting wars worldwide. It is the fanatics who systematically slaughter Christian or tribal groups throughout Africa and are gradually taking over the entire continent in an Islamic wave. It is the fanatics who bomb, behead, murder, or honor kill. It is the fanatics who take over mosque after mosque. It is the fanatics who zealously spread the stoning and hanging of rape victims and homosexuals. It is the fanatics who teach their young to kill and to become suicide bombers. The hard quantifiable fact is that the peaceful majority, the silent majority, is cowed and extraneous. Communist Russia was comprised of Russians who just wanted to live in peace, yet the Russian communists were responsible for the murder of about 20 million people. The peaceful majority were irrelevant. China's huge population was peaceful as well, but Chinese communists managed to kill a staggering 70 million people. The average Japanese individual prior to World War II was not a warmongering sadist. Yet, Japan murdered and slaughtered its way across Southeast Asia in an orgy of killing that included the systematic murder of 12 million Chinese civilians, most killed by sword, shovel, and bayonet. And who can forget Rwanda, which collapsed into butchery? Could it not be said that the majority of Rwandans were peace-loving? History lessons are often incredibly simple and blunt, yet for all our powers of reason, we often miss the most basic and uncomplicated of points. Peace-loving Muslims have been made irrelevant by their silence. Peace-loving Muslims will become our enemy if they don't speak up. Because like my friend from Germany, they will awaken one day and find that the fanatics own them, and the end of their world will have begun. Peace-loving Germans, Japanese, Chinese, Russians, Rwandans, Serbs, Afghans, Iraqis, Palestinians, Somalis, Nigerians, Algerians, and many others have died because the peaceful majority did not speak up until it was too late. As for us who watch it all unfold, we must pay attention to the only group that counts, the fanatics who threaten our way of life. Lastly, anyone who doubts that the issue is serious and just deletes this email without sending it on is contributing to the passiveness that allows the problems to expand. So extend yourself a bit and send this on and on and on. Let us hope that thousands worldwide read this and think about it and send it on before it's too late. Wow, who can argue with such unassailable logic? Well done, Paul Marek. As a professional filmmaker, I was delighted to see such profound prose put to paper with the same message of my full-length motion picture titled 3 Dimensions of Jerusalem, that aims to bring to the big screen the message and implications of mainstream Muslims' tacit acceptance of Islamic extremism. 3 Dimensions of Jerusalem tells the story of 3 teens, 1 Christian, 1 Muslim, and 1 Jewish. They live in Jerusalem and are musicians in the same youth orchestra. They're best friends, and they can't understand all the hate they see every day. In this action-packed story, we see what life is like for them in Jerusalem today, and despite the constant tragedies, what their hopes and dreams are for tomorrow. All while the audience is taken on a spectacular tour of Jerusalem's most holy sites in 3D. More information on the 3 Dimensions of Jerusalem feature film is available at tinyurl.com/3D Jerusalem.